Hello ladies and gentlemen, about 1 month ago I read a total of 5 graphic novels really close together, and then I had the brilliant idea of trying to talk about all 5 of them in less than 5 minutes. So let's see if I succeed. Actually, you already know if I succeeded. Did I succeed? This actually isn't that daunting of a task because the first 3 that I'm going to talk about are in a series, and that is the Saga series by Brian K. Vaughan with art by Fiona Staples. There are currently 3 volumes out. I read volume 1 and volume 2, and I read volume 3 on my tablet. This series is published by Image Comics. These 2 were published in 2013, and the 3rd volume was published in 2014. The Saga series tells the story of 2 soldiers, Elena and Marco. They are soldiers from opposing sides of a never-ending galactic war. Actually, Marco was a prisoner of war, and Elena was his prison guard. They fall in love, and they break free. So naturally, both sides of the war are after these 2 outlaws. Actually, the first volume begins with Elena giving birth to their baby, Hazel. We also see different perspectives of various people who are also out to get this couple and this new family. We have a hired assassin and a prince who are out to kill this couple. And the first volume basically is the beginning of their journey as a new family on the run. I won't go into too much detail about what happens in the 2nd and 3rd volumes to avoid spoilers, but I will say that there is an interesting shift in the tone and narratives of the other 2, but it still flows seamlessly. This series has been described as a combination of Star Wars, Game of Thrones, and Romeo and Juliet, and on the surface, that's a fairly accurate description. I mean, Star Wars because it's galactic warfare, Game of Thrones because there's political intrigue, graphic violence, and sexuality, and Romeo and Juliet because of the star-crossed lover aspect. But for me, this series stood out from those other pre-existing franchises and really became its own. I found myself enthralled not only by the plot, but by the characters and the beautiful artwork. Once I started reading these, I did not want to put them down. I read the first one out from the library, and the second one hadn't quite come in yet, so I immediately bought it on my e-reader, and as soon as I could get my hands on the 3rd one, I did the same. I honestly really don't have anything negative to say about this. Saga has become easily one of my favorite reads so far this year, and if you're okay with graphic violence and sexuality, I definitely recommend you pick up these books. The next graphic novel I have to speak about is a collection of comics by Kate Beaton called Hark, Vagrant. Kate Beaton is a Canadian comics artist, and I believe that a lot of these comics originated from her webcomics series that can be found at harkavagrant.com. This collection was published in 2011 by Drawn Quarterly. Hark, Vagrant is a series of silly, snarky comics based on historical figures and fictional characters, with a few pop culture references thrown in as well. I actually don't have a whole lot to say about this collection. I thought that it was fun and entertaining to read, but it was also quite informative and educational. I would definitely recommend this to anyone who is interested in comics in general, but also with an interest in history and Western literature. There's also a lot of Canadian history in this as well, so if that's your cup of tea, highly recommend this. And the last graphic novel that I have to talk about today is Jane the Fox and Me, written by Fanny Britt, with art by Isabelle Arsenault, and this was originally written in French. This was translated by Christine Morelli and Susan Ouriou. This is a lovely little book that my library in Goodreads classifies as a graphic novel, but I think that I would classify it more as an illustrated children's book. Either way, it is an excellent book for children and adults alike. This lovely little book tells the story of Helene, a young girl who is dealing with bullying at her school. All the girls are saying nasty things and spreading nasty rumors about her for no apparent reason. She comes from a single-parent household, so her mother really doesn't have a lot of time to help her with her problems. She's a great mom, but she's always very tired. So Helene finds solace in reading Jane Eyre for the very first time. And I really enjoyed the art in this book. There are these beautiful, soft, kind of dreary graphite drawings mixed in with these beautiful, vivid paintings to contrast the dreariness. As I said, this is an excellent story for children and adults alike on how to deal with bullying in a variety of surprising ways. It can be anywhere from reading a new book or encountering a whimsical woodland creature. I highly recommend this book. I loved it very much. So, those are the 5 graphic novels that I read lately. Did I make it under 5 minutes? I hope you enjoyed this video. Please share with me your thoughts and comments on any of these graphic novels that I mentioned today, and please also leave me recommendations for other graphic novels that you think that I might enjoy. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you soon with a new video.